All right, we're back. June 28th, it's Monday. It's hot. It's been pretty warm today. Is it 100 degrees in here now? It's 92. Cut out the motor mount for the Briggsy. Went over to Rich's house and cut it out. It's underneath the motor here. Went down to had our meeting with Chris and his son Larry at Michigan Fiberglass today too. Took a I guess it's a new concept nose. It's the nose everybody's running. It's the nose that Motorsport Composite up in Wisconsin sells, the Enduro nose. I took one of those, a used one. It was busted up. Took it over there with a section, a side panel, and told it, showed them what was going on, how they've been changed, what people are planning on doing, and to change them. What I suggested to change to make them different, because we don't want to just copy it. It won't be a copy because we're going to end up drawing a new piece and 3D printing, like I said, 3D printing a plug to take a mold off of. So interesting, super duper stoked about that conversation. We were down there for a couple hours talking with him and Larry. Those two, obviously, when I would come up with suggest something, they immediately went into manufacturing mode, right? How to lay this up, how to draw this here, how to do this there. Pretty cool to watch those two crazy minds. Chris and his kid. He's handed it to his kid, where his mind is going 100 zillion miles an hour, and his mouth can only go 1 zillion miles an hour. So he talks really fast, but he can't keep up with his thoughts, and his son is the same way. So apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Super excited about that. So I left the part down there. They're gonna take these everything we talked about, run it through the 3D guy who's gonna come up with a drawing first. They'll toss a drawing at me, and we'll him and haw about some things. Probably tune it up a little bit more, and really truly make it their own piece. I mean, in all of this, I'm going to be the sales department. I want nothing to do with physically making the fiberglass, or even shipping. I told them I'll haul stuff to the track to deliver. I'll haul stuff to the track to sell, point of sale, and I'll take phone calls and emails between races during the week, whatever, and take orders and pass the orders on to them and what have you. So we're just getting our feet wet. I mean, we're in the very, very beginning stages of all this, right? This could take a while. We're hoping that my F-125 project for Daytona, and we have dual Daytona projects getting started, chassis and full build, bodywork and everything. So both of those karts may be the only karts down there with this new bodywork, with this new setup. So Daytona is the showcase place, right? It's the place to showcase your stuff. It sounds interesting to me. I mean, everything we were talking about sounded super cool, super good. They got the manufacturing part of this stuff down to a science. I mean, they can literally pop multiple parts out a day because they're not using polyester. So very cool, very super cool stuff coming. Side panels as well. I got some rockers here that I got to take down here just so they know what I'm talking about. But nothing standard, nothing stamped standard 70s, late 70s, 80s stallion new concept. Everything's going to be different. Everything's going to be different. I told them I don't want to do this unless we break all new ground. And so it won't look like the stuff that I used to make, that I was making for my karts. It won't look like that. But it won't look exactly like what you're seeing on the cookie cutter karts out there. Almost every one of those 50 karts at Daytona, or the 50 karts at Mid-Ohio in the Yamaha Piper senior class, I would say 90%, well, 80 to 85% of them all had that same motorsport composite place up in Wisconsin, nose cone. I think that's a new concept, nose cone. I think that was Ed's last last go around. Unless it is, I'm sorry, unless I'm stepping on somebody's toes, unless that is, of course, the McNaught, Mark McNaught knows. I don't know. I don't know who copied who, but everybody's copying everybody. We're doing something completely different. You will not be able to hook your nose up to our sides. You won't be able to hook your sides up to our nose. It'll be different. Everything's going to be different, and I made absolutely sure of that. I don't want anybody to be able to fudge things together, because you either buy it all or you don't buy any of it. That's kind of how this is going to go. You got to sell packages, and then the nice thing is coming down the line. And I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it because I'm super excited. I want to tell you everything, but I think in the long run, initial price, like buying a nose, might be a little more expensive than what you're spending now. But instead of having to buy a new nose every time it gets a crack or a splinter or it's scraped on the ground or something, you'll be able to replace parts of it instead of all of it at a far less expense. So that alone, I think, is going to, that's really my thing, right? The nose cone that comes off the cart and leaves the floor tray behind. That was first and foremostly my concept. I was the first one to do that. I was the only one doing it. So there you go. It's something along that lines, but slightly different. Again, everything's got to be a little bit new. And these guys are so super. They got some really good ideas about how to do some things. And what we'll do is I'll probably, as this thing rolls on, bring you more videos. We'll start a new playlist of the building of the fiberglass, the new style, the new coming of the fiberglass or something. We'll start a new playlist, so you can just go right down the line from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, all the way through all the videos, and watch how this whole thing progresses. Knock wood, if it progresses. We don't know yet. They're willing to look at it and talk it over. So we're already right away. They kept the part and they want to do more. So that's a good sign. They didn't say no. They're very interested in doing it. They understand it. The go-karting business, the racing motorsport karting business is big. I told them about the numbers at Mid-Ohio. I told them about what they're going to expect. Probably in sales, a good projection of that. And we're not even talking about dirt. They talked about dirt. They know all about the dirt, guys, because they're already making carbon fiber fan shrouds for clones and the World Formula and the Briggs and stuff. That's right. He's already been doing this for months and months, maybe a year or more. He's got guys engine builders down south that buy grosses, 10, 15, 20 of those shrouds at a time. And now they're all fighting over him. He was the first guy to do it. Actually thought he had a monopoly where he was going to be the only one to sell them. Everybody would have to buy them from him. And Chris said, no, I'll sell them to everybody. So now there's a feeding frenzy going on in the south with these carbon fiber fan shrouds. He's big into mini bike thing, the vintage mini bike, the mini bike shows. He does all kinds of carbon parts for the mini bike stuff. He's big. He knows all about the history of the West Bend, the real West Bend that came on mini bikes back in the day. The US 820, the difficulty in getting those and continuing to build new old stock type mini bikes, getting old mini bikes, putting a new US 820 motor on it, and you know, just making it up as an old style mini bike and stuff. So he's big into all that: bikes, motorcycles, mini bikes, snowmobile, boat. He's huge in boating. And then, of course, racing, motor racing, car racing and stuff, track day, bike stuff. He's got his hands in everything. He doesn't do a whole bunch of everything, but I think it's because he never really wanted to go production. He's a supply house guy. So I don't know how this is going to work. I told him I'm not making parts, man. I'm not going to do it. I won't do it. I told everybody I wouldn't do it. So those of you that are a little shocked by this video, understand that I'm going to be a phone and computer email salesman. That's it. And point of sales at the track. When I go to the track, I'll bring the fiberglass and we'll if we got deliveries, we'll take care of deliveries. If we don't, we'll lay it out there. People want to buy it, cool. If they don't, whatever, man. You know, I'm not going to. It's not my business. It's Chris's business. I'm just probably gonna. Hopefully, I get a little 10%, 15% cut. You know, for Big Daddy. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I get my own bodywork for free or something. Who knows? I don't know. I'm easy. But that's the update today. We had that meeting. It lasted about 2 hours. Super excited about the things we talked about and the ideas the guys had. They dug my ideas and thought they were cool too. And so right now, until we hear back from them getting this info to the 3D guy and coming up with a rendering, a drawing for us to look at, and then you know, okay everything and get the 3D cutting going. That's it. Kenny stopped by today. Brother Kenny stopped by today. We took the side cover off. You're coming from the top of the carburetor of J.R. Briggsy number 2. This is J.R. Briggsy number 1. We took the side cover off because this one didn't have a gasket on it. So we sent the cover with Kenny to stop at the lawnmower shop and pick us up some gaskets. Pick us up a couple of these seals too, just because. Looks like all the head bolts on these things are all loose. So we're going to have to go through and make sure everything's tightened up, tightened down. See if there's foam back in here or not. I know at one time the Briggsy guys made a big deal about taking the foam out of there for some reason. I don't know. We don't want to be puking a bunch of oil. So also chased some parts for these bad boys last night. I was on the internet at 1:30 in the morning with a credit card, which is very bad, or my bank account card, my checking card, and bought some parts from BMI, a pipe, a bunch of gaskets, diaphragms, carburetor gaskets, exhaust gaskets, spark plugs, throttle linkage stuff, just a bunch of stuff. They were all piddly, $6.95, $7.95, $9.95, $12.95, filter adapter cup and a filter. None of it worth anything itself, but total it was $100. So it's real easy to burn $100. We got those parts are coming. We got some gaskets coming. The motor mount is going to be ready to go. We'll pick up the flathead bolts at Suburban Bolt tomorrow. Can't really bolt a motor up yet. Well, we could probably do this one. Well, we don't want to do this one either because we're going to probably want to put a new seal in it and a new gasket on it. This gasket was in good shape, but we just want to make sure. This is the one I think we're going to start with is JR number 1 there. And talked to a couple of guys on the Facebook marketplace as well. I got some alcohol carbs coming, Tillotson carbs. That's right. Double pumper Tillotson 304, which is for an overhead cam motor. It's big car. So we got a couple carbs coming. We're going to try on here. One of them we may try on the Yamaha or on the Comer. We got an alcohol carb already, a Tillotson in the house that we're going to bolt up to the Comer. We're thinking about throwing methanol to everything we own now, even the shifter cart. Why not? What the heck? So that's it. We just been shopping on a spending spree, just trying to get things squared away. Here's the motor mount here. We cut up over at Richie's and rounded the corners off. We just got to pop the holes in it. And, that's it. It's about 5 o'clock. We're going to call it a day. It was a little sticky and hot today, so we were running around a bit, talking to the boys, making plans with the fiberglass, and trying to get some of this stuff ready to go for Grattan in 2 weeks. So that's it, guys. Godspeed. God bless. Hang in there. We're praying for you.